Yes. It is I, once again, Sheldon Williams, Doctor of Chiropractic. I got some stuff in my heart. Some things I want to talk about. I think today, more than anything, I really want to talk about happiness. More and more, I find that a lot of people that I encounter are genuinely unhappy. Not even just unhappy, but miserable, sad, depressed, overwhelmed. And it hurts my heart. One, because I'm just an overwhelmingly happy person. But two, because I wasn't always that way. So for years, I struggled with depression and anxiety and a host of other negative emotions. Fortunately, that's not the case anymore, and I've overcome that. But I still have a very strong sense of empathy for all those who suffer in that regard. So I just wanted to talk about it today. I don't have a cure or a solution. I, more than anything, just try to help to shift perspectives so people can realize the truth. So regarding happiness, I think as a healthcare provider, I see a lot of people that are unhappy, which is interesting because you find that there's a direct correlation between happiness and health. A lot of the people that come in hurting are genuinely unhappy, and I think that is because when you in your heart are unhappy or in your mind are unhappy, your body has no choice but to follow suit. So I feel that that negative emotion is something that will fuel the body and many times manifests in an injury or in a disease process. But when you're happy, I'm not saying you have to have perfect health or that you're going to be, amazing beyond belief in all aspects, but it definitely lends itself to a healthier you. Now, why is happiness so elusive? Why does it seem that so many people are unhappy? From what I observe, I think it's just the way that we approach happiness. I feel that too many of us believe that happiness is something to be sought after or something that needs to be found, like happiness was missing. So people say, I'm trying to find happiness, and I want to seek out happiness. But the thing is, happiness is all around us. Happiness is everywhere. So it's less of a seeking. Um, I think it's more of a choice. I think with happiness, we have to choose it. I think also that the trouble is too that we wait for physical evidence to determine our happiness. So we feel that if we have the right person, or if we have the right circumstances, the right amount of money, the right house, the right, you fill in the blank. But we feel that when everything is right, then when all the stars align and everything's perfect, then we can be happy. But I'm not saying that that's impossible, but it's very, very improbable. And it's a very unhealthy way to view your happiness. If you really want to be happy, it really comes down to something very simple, and it's a choice. Happiness is a choice. In life, there's always going to be things that happen, right? So we will have the days where we have the flat tires. We will have sickness. We will have loss, even loss of family members. We have tremendous loss, many of us. But that in and of itself does not define your life. That doesn't necessarily define your happiness. Your happiness is your own. Your happiness is a choice. When you can choose every day, every morning when you wake up to be happy, and you stick to that choice, the universe, God, the source, whatever you want to call this amazing force, will bring you more examples of that physical evidence to you. So it's not that you need to wait for physical evidence to be happy. You have to choose happiness. And as a result, all the physical evidence will present itself after. So it's almost like faith. People talk about faith, right? And many people believe that, it's a religious thing and it's a hokey thing is faith. But faith is real, because faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Just because you don't see it physically, tangibly, doesn't mean that you can't envision it. Doesn't mean that you can't create it in your mind, and as a result, manifest it into your reality. So regarding happiness, more than anything, I'd like to encourage each and every one of you to choose it. As difficult as it may be, as oversimplified as it may be, try it. Choose happiness. Wake up, choose happiness. Say, in spite of fill in the blank, I choose happiness. In spite of these struggles, in spite of the fact that things are not exactly the way that I want them to be, I choose happiness. And piece by piece, you'll see more and more evidence of why that's such an amazing choice, and how You can be happy. You can choose this. You choose your attitude. You choose your disposition. You don't have to carry around baggage. You don't have to be a victim. You don't have to focus on all the negative things that have plagued you. You don't have to define yourself by these things. Try something different. Choose happiness. Define yourself by happiness. Claim that you're a happy person. Even if you don't feel it at the moment, speak it into existence. And the thing is that when we continually speak things, words have power. And if we speak it and we practice it, eventually it becomes a belief. And whatever we believe dictates our reality. So if you can convince yourself that you have the ability to be happy, just start with that. Just say I have the ability, even if I'm not happy yet, I have the ability to be happy. Gradually, it becomes a practice. And more, you will see the evidence verifying that happiness does become you, that happiness is around you, that happiness was within you all along. So once again, I implore you, choose happiness.